G'day yoga lovers, it's Mike. Thanks for coming. This is my first yin class. We're going to do these classes for half an hour and I'm super excited. I'm still trying to figure out the camera and the timing, but we'll get there. So as with all our classes, only do what's safe and comfortable. This is a nice relaxing class. And I don't know if you can see, but this is Nadi's little bottom. He'll be doing some yoga with us as well. So the first thing we do is lie on our back. You want to have some pillows handy, guys. Always have pillows handy for yin yoga. We're going to lie on our back with our knees bent, soles of the feet are on the mat. Some of you might need a pillow. You might not need one, that's all good. You want your heels out super wide so that the knees touch each other. You can rest your hands on your lower rib cage or the back of your hands so the palms face the ceiling by your side. So you're going to get nice and comfortable, guys. Let's do a little bit of stretching. We might revisit the next stretch. I gave you a little sample video just to get you started. We'll do some variations. But for now, let's just ground ourselves. This is Pratyahara. I call this boditating, and we do this before every class. It starts at the beginning of every class, and this is just a great way of relaxing the body. I might clean my glasses. So just close your eyes. Slide the chin towards the chest. Nice long neck. We want to clear the throat through the nose, so it sounds like this. On the part of the throat we just cleared, we restrict to form our Ujjayi breath. So Ujjayi is a cooling, calming breath. It tickles the nerves. When we breathe through our nose, it tickles the nerves in the sinus palate, which relaxes the body. You'll see. So the breath is a long, creamy, smooth consistency. Inhale. Stretching the belly stretches out the vagus nerve, the largest relaxation nerve in the body. Keep going. Now, if you're not already, you'll start to notice, keep breathing, that the body relaxes on the exhale. There's a reason for this. Every exhalation, just keep breathing, guys. Every exhalation, the muscles, the myelin sheath and the muscles release, the muscle fibers release on every exhale. And also our heart rate slows on every exhale. This is heart rate variability. It's okay if it's not detectable, but with time, you'll realize that we exhale on effort in yoga, even in daily life. So just see if you can capture that experience of the muscles releasing on the exhale, the body sinking on the exhale, and the heart rate slowing on the exhale. So every exhale becomes an opportunity to let go of something physically, mentally, emotionally. It's a great breath, great analogy for life. Nice, guys. We'll go into a body scan. So bring your awareness to the big toes of both feet. We're going to use our mind's eye to scan the body. This develops interoception or body awareness. So bring your awareness to the big toes of both feet. You can press the toes very lightly into the mat, feeling the arches engaged, drawing a line from the big toes through the arches to the heels. Outer edges of the feet to little toes, remainder of the toes, and then tops of the feet. See if you can feel the pulse in the veins, tops of the feet. And then starting a spiral through your ankles, and then slowly with your mind's eye spiraling up shins and calves, feeling the calves melt away from the bone. And then knees. And then spiraling down thighs and hamstrings. And then the hips, lower back, buttocks nice and heavy on the mat. Feeling the lower back imprint it wants to. When the lower back is imprinted, the belly softens. And then middle back imprints and diaphragm lifts. And then the upper back imprints, shoulders are wide, the arms are heavy, the neck is long, the jaw is soft. Tongue rests on the roof of the mouth. Brow bone soft. Everything soft. And then going back to your pulse, really getting fascinated with your breath and the pulse in the body. This is how we develop interoception, body awareness. Very pacifying, that pulse. Very liberating. Now we'll drop in some sutras. I'll do a video about how the sutras work, but these are one-word intentions. We have 7 chakras that go through the body, from the pelvic floor right up to the crown of the head and above and beyond. And sutras are one-word intentions. These are given verbally. I'm going to start with the heart this week, and we'll stick with the heart and then go back to the root chakra moving forward. I just think this is a really relevant chakra and the relevant sutras to drop in. So what I want you to do is imagine we're dropping a pebble into a pond, into our heart. These are one-word intentions, and I'll explain them in another video. They're just a way of setting, putting a pebble into a pond or a coin into a fountain. It's setting good intentions. When we drop in sutras, it's not so much the moment we drop them in that we feel the experience, it's in our daily life. So we'll do this together. So the first sutra is peace. 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 Second sutra is harmony. 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 The third sutra is laughter. 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 And the fourth sutra is love. 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 Peace. Harmony. Laughter, love, peace, harmony, laughter, and then love. Beautiful, guys. So we've set those intentions. We want to experience in our life a little more peace, a little more harmony, a lot more laughter, and a lot more love. Beautiful, guys. Stretch your arms overhead. Roll onto your side facing the screen, and we'll go into breath flow. So we're on our hands and knees. We want to spread our fingers super wide, longest fingers face forward. So what we want to do is we're going to lubricate the joints here and oxygenate the body. So we're going to come into a knee-based plank. Oh, there's Nadi. And we're going to drive down the tops of the feet. And you'll notice my shoulders are behind the wrists. And then exhale. Inhale, round back, plank. And then exhale. Inhale, plank. It's not cobra, it's not a stretch. Exhale. So what actually happens here is that we lubricate the joints, we oxygenate the body, we're rinsing out the nervous system and oiling up the joints. Inhale as we come forward. Exhaling. The lymphatic system doesn't have its own pump, so it needs just gentle movement like this to get it all going. Little cutie. Alright guys, come to neutral cat-cow. So we come onto our hands and knees. We're going to inhale, drop our belly to stretch out the vagus nerve in the belly, the biggest relaxation nerve in the body. And then exhale, round your back, hips tucked, chin tucked. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your head just a little. And then exhale, hips tucked, chin tucked, round your back. Drop your belly. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, draw on your belly. Nice guys, stay there. I'm just going to show you from the front what this next sequence is. So our hands are wide, our knees are wide. We're going to do circles with the hips. So the hips are actually doing the work and not the shoulders. They're moving, the shoulders, but really it's driven by the hips, okay? So what we're doing here is rinsing out the hip joint with the head of the femur, that thigh bone. It's like a Flintstone bone. It's really nice. It's a very unusual movement actually. Let's go in the other direction. Nadi wants to be part of the action. Little cute hat. Alright guys, we're going into child's pose. So just resting nice and easy. Stay down. Good job guys, and come all the way up. Now guys, if you can't sit like this on your heels, what you can do is just sit on your butt on a cushion. Something to make this more comfortable is that you can put a cushion on the mat, bring your knees out in front of that cushion so it's just your shins and tops of feet that are on the mat. And then you can grab another cushion and then put it between your heels and your butt. And this is how I do my neck stretch. So I showed you in our initial video how to do this neck stretch, but we're going to do some variations today. So what you want to do is put your hand down your pants, remember that. And the reason why we do it is just to keep the shoulder away from the ear, revisiting that neck stretch. And just very gently dropping the right shoulder and just gently pushing, pulling the head across. Nice and easy guys. So we want to not use too much strength. It's almost like the weight of the arm, we're just completely relaxed. Now every exhale, remember how the muscles released on every exhale? We learnt that. This is a great way to have that experience. So every exhale, feeling the shoulder blade, the clavicle drop away from the ear. And the two fingers in front of the ear can go behind the ear. Now what we're going to do today is drop our chin to chest and then draw our head across. So this is going to make the stretch a lot longer. Feeling it more in the back of the neck here. Remember every exhale the body releases, relaxes. And then change, come back to center. Draw your palm down to the center of your forehead, between your eyebrows, and then push your head up. Good job, guys. I'm gonna do some circles. Do the other side. Scissor grip, we'll start with the classic position. And then from here, I'm just gonna show you the next step, so you can just do it without looking. Then we go with all fingers behind the ear. Draw the chin to chest and drag across, but we'll get there. Just want to warm up that levator scap. Two fingers behind the ear, so there's all four fingers behind the ear. Come to center, draw the chin to chest, pull it across. You might hear a crack, but just take it easy, guys. This is a lot longer, more posterior to the back of the body. Make sure that both shoulders drop away from the ear. They tend to sneak up a little. And then back to center. Bring your palm to the center of your forehead and then coming all the way up. Good job, guys. Release your hands. Just rolling your shoulders. We're going into toe stretch. Lucy, this is for you. I'm going to just roll you out of the way, Bubby, because you're my little guy. I know, we can do the same over here, though. We can do the same over here. See, look. Yeah. So, toe stretch is really interesting. It doesn't get easier, but it's really important because our core starts here. I'll show you what it looks like from the side first. So, we make a fist, a tight fist. The fingernails are deep inside your palm. We tuck the toes and then slowly reverse our butt back. Okay, and walk our fist towards our knees. So for many of you, this is more than enough to get a sensation in the undersides of the feet. You can see how my toes are tucked under. Eventually, the balls of the big toes will hit the mat eventually with time. I would just stay here for now. This is what it looks like from behind. Okay. So the balls of the big toes are touching, and I'm just very slowly sort of shifting my hips side to side just to get a bit more of a stretch. Okay. Now from here, to intensify the stretch, what you can do is come a little bit more upright. And what this does is it sends the torso weight through the hips into the heels and then the toes. And this really intensifies it. The trick with this pose is don't go so far in that it's not sustainable and you have to come out. Okay? And then walk your hands up your thighs a little more. My hair disappears. That's my phone, by the way. So, I think that might be my twin sister. I should have turned that off. How hilarious. Alright guys, and I would just stay here for now. Close your eyes, slide the chin towards the chest. Nice long neck. So what actually happens is that when we stretch the undersides of the feet, we start to open up the arches of the feet as well. And when they're stretched, they're able to lift more. So this is really good for flat feet and a re-engagement of the toes. If you rub a baby's foot in the early weeks, they'll be able to still grip, and then we lose that. That's like a primal throwback. So we want to get to a point where when we walk in the sand, our toe print is just as deep as our heel print. So quite often people who live in cities, their heel is way heavier than their toes. We want to walk with the toes, not the heels. Okay, this is what this stretch does. Just a few more breaths. Beautiful. Alright guys, and then come onto your hands and knees. Well done. And just shake your feet out and give a bit of a wobble. Alright guys, we'll finish with square, formerly known as shoelace. So you put your cushion in the middle of your mat. You want to sit on the front edge of your cushion and then come onto your elbows like you're on the beach. And what you're going to do is thread one shin under the opposite shin and then the opposite foot on top of the opposite knee. And your shins are stacked, okay? So it's not lotus, and it's the side of the foot, the heel, and not the ankle that will make a big difference. We come all the way up and anchor that thigh onto the mat. This is really important. It's okay if your butt cheek's off the mat. Now from here, what we can do is swing from the low side towards what was the high side until your knee starts to drop. Now for many of you, this might be your limit, and that's completely fine. Okay? Swinging from the low side to the high side does help just a little. If your shins stack, that's perfectly fine. If you want to go deeper, you can slide forward and put hands in prayer. Okay? I just realised that was my first phone call in like 5 days. Stay down, guys. So the trick, eventually what will happen is that the high butt cheek will be just as heady and steady and even as the low butt cheek. Your knees will eventually stack and be in alignment. And then to go deeper, you'll be able to go forward. But this is perfectly fine for now. So what we're doing is we're rotating the head of the femur that really looks like a fist inside the hip joint. There's a lot of connective tissue. Okay? Nadi's not convinced. He's a little cutie. Aren't you? Nice, guys. Just a few more breaths. We're doing these poses just a little shorter than normal. I'm just trying to get a feel. As we go along with these classes, we'll probably do less poses and hold them for longer. But this is more than enough for now. Alright guys, and to come out, we're going to roll onto our back and kick our legs in the air. Sorry about the view. Woo! Alright guys, come onto your hands. Onto your feet and your elbows. So what we're going to do now, and see, this is where I need Lucy. We're going to thread the opposite shin, whatever you did opposite, and then we'll put the opposite foot on the opposite knee, and then come all the way up. So we're on the opposite side, and we swing from the low side to the high side, and eventually the shins will stack. A lot of you again will be up here, and if that's your limit, that's fine. Okay? If you want to go deeper, and only if your shins are stacked, you can just come onto your elbows and forward fold. It's okay if you can't do that because that's quite advanced, but I know a lot of you like to go deep. So, you know, I say this with every class, that tension is designed to protect us, believe it or not, from a perceived or real threat. So, and what's great about it, but kind of frustrating about it, is that we never know the injuries that we've averted by the tension that protects a joint. So the body's really good at protecting. What it's not so great at is letting that protection mechanism go, that tension, that tightness go when the threat's gone real or perceived. That's our job. So in yoga, we thank our tension, where we show appreciation for our tension, and we are very thankful for it, but so that it can let go. So we're slowly letting go of layers of tension that did serve us at one point, that no longer serves us. So we practice, we won't get this build up and this backlog. So just hang in there, guys. Alright guys, I have no concept of time, so if that's not even apologies, you might walk to the right or the left a little bit and come onto your back. Well done. Alright guys, we'll finish with butterfly. This is kind of a cool pose, so what we want to do is bring the soles of the feet together. Now I'll get you guys to choose how you want to do this. The closer the heels are to the groin, the more of a groin stretch you get. The further the heels are away from the groin, the more ITB. So I'll get you guys to choose. I think I might do ITB today. So I'm just going to slowly forward fold. And I'm not in a rush at all. I'm not pulling. I'm completely relaxing. Some people like to fold their arms and just hang out completely. If you like, you can bring your forearms out in front of you and slowly walk the hands forward just to go deeper. In Yin Yoga, as I said, we normally hold the poses longer, and we'll do that with time. Nice, guys. And then change, come all the way up. Well done, guys. That was a great little starter. That's our yin class. We always start with guided relaxation and then a savasana at the end. So we'll do that now. So just unfold your pillow. Nadi's exceptional at relaxation. We're gonna lie on our back. Yes, baby. Oh yeah. Look at that. He knows what's sorted. He knows how to do it. Alright guys, so what you want to do is bring the heels out wide, knees touch, and chin a little closer to the chest, nice long neck. And the back of the hands on the mat, palms face the ceiling. Remember those sutras we dropped into the heart chakra, peace, harmony, laughter, love? So look out for the next couple of days or weeks, experiences of peace, harmony, laughter, love. When we're relaxed, that's the time to drop in affirmation or good intentions or sutras or a bit of Abraham Hicks, rampages. Things that are totally about what you want should be dropped in, listened to and considered when we're relaxed, because we become expert receivers when we're relaxed. That's what it's all about. So we drop all those in when we're relaxed. And of course, Savasana is an integration. So the invitation here is to snorkel inside your body and look for what feels light, spacious and free, easeful. Even amongst all this uncertainty, there's still a part of all of us that remains completely untouched, completely confident, unfazed, and eager with anticipation. We want to shed layers of tension so that we can see that part of ourselves more clearly. That's who we really are. Every exhale, feeling the body drop a little deeper. Nice, guys. Now you can choose to stay there or come up for a namaste. I reckon you should just stay there, okay? Let the video roll out. If you've got stuff to do, just coming up to a seated position. Where's my bell? We'll have to pretend I've got a bell, guys. I really enjoyed this. I'm still trying to figure out the technology and where to look. Oh my god. But actually, this is really fun. I miss my students around me, but that's okay. I'm in your homes now, which is where I've always wanted to be. So, alright guys, namaste, and I'll see you for Yin Yoga on Thursday. Namaste. Right.